I like your style. Send the boys to
Sports!
Sports fans, what's up?
It's time! Ladies and gentlemen, finally coming back in the middle of really tough to watch sports season. No more football, no more basketball, no more hockey, but we're still gambling. We're still degenerates. We got a fucking packed show.
We do. We have a lot going on right now.
Do. UFC 90. UFC 290.
290, big fucking card. That was an amazing card.
Amazing.
A lot of shit happened on that card. We got our way too early NFL predictions.
Some good ones.
They are way too fucking early. Let me put that out there, and I'm sure myself, BJFF, will be in last place again.
Well, I have a couple egregious ones on my way too early predictions that, I mean, I'll probably get laughed at, but fuck them. That's what this is all about, baby. It's entertainment.
Fuck it,
what else? Wemby
versus
smacking
Britney
around
Spears.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I can't wait for you to tell me about that.
Live Tour and PGA are at war. They went all the way to Congress recently. That's pretty fucking wild.
That's insane.
Tennis is back, all the way back, baby, at Wimbledon. Wow,
fucking
I haven't watched a lot
Iga
of
got knocked out, I guess. That was my pick.
Yeah, so did Pegula.
Pegula got
She's
kicked
fucking
out.
bounced as well.
Son of a bitch.
We'll get into a little bit of that. I think that's pretty much it. God only knows what else we'll come across while we're in here. But first, we got to give our buddy Biz a call. This one, now, he has what he would call a bit of a gambling hack. Something that he has discovered with his brother. I'm hoping.
Is he calling this his bonafide? Is this his bonafide bet that he would place himself?
And he has placed and has won frequently. He says it's ridiculous that people aren't in on this and aren't aware of it.
All right, well, live on the air, I will take whatever bet he tells me to take.
So he is currently in an undisclosed location, riding on a train right now. So hopefully he will have service when he picks up. Also very shy.
Your call has been.
Oh, Biz Nasty, what are you doing to us?
5.
Okay, we're gonna put him on the back burner for now. He's got this hack though that he has is absolutely ridiculous, and I want to say he unfortunately is on a train to an undisclosed location, so the service is not going to be as good. But hopefully he'll get back to us when he does have service on that train. Anyways,
what does it partake to though?
It is a sport that most people, I guess I should say a league that most people would probably not focus very much on.
Is it the Summer League?
It is not the Summer League, but
All
you're
right.
getting close. Anywho.
Oh my God, no.
You understand what I'm laying down now?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Uh-huh. We're going there. And I'm not saying that it's something that you should even watch. Fuck it. Don't watch it. Just bet it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
So while we're waiting for old Biz Nasty to get back to us, which is not the Biz Nasty from the, Barstool Sports. But anyways, UFC 290. And as a guy that's starting to get more and more into UFC as we've been doing these podcasts, dude, that was like the best fight card I've seen in years.
You got to see a lot of different kind of fighting if you watched it all the way through. Even in the main card, if you just watched the main card, there was different types of fighting, and it was awesome.
Well, I would say, like, if you want to just rip through the main card, because I think that, I'll be honest, we had the undercard on. We were at a party for Swigs, his engagement party. He had it on outside. We were just kind of fucking around until the main card, and we all got around for Bo Nickel. Who was supposedly a wrestler, but knocked that guy the fuck out.
He did knock him out. That was...
Was that a shock to you?
No, not really. I kind of figured he was going to win, but that dude needs to get off his high horse, and he needs to get knocked down a peg. I'm sorry, but he does.
You talking about Bo?
Yeah.
So the guy he fought was undefeated as well.
Correct. He was supposed to fight another person, actually. He was supposed to fight Tresean Gore, who was a veteran and knows his way around the fucking mat.
A more seasoned, probably a tougher opponent to kind of really
match him up. This guy was, I think, was his second or third fight in the UFC. So, again, a veteran, sort of, but not... If you want to put him up against caliber fighters, you need to put him up against caliber fighters.
Right.
Tresean Gore would have been a caliber fight. That would have made me actually look at him and see if he could actually fight against a fighter. Right now, he's fighting scrubs, in my opinion.
So
not saying that guy 8-0 is a fucking phenomenal feat, but in the UFC, you've got top-notch contention, and that guy isn't top-notch yet.
So what weight class is he in? I think it was like 155.
155,
middleweight?
right? Yeah.
Is that
Lightweight.
He is such a big dude for a lightweight. Like, I mean, the guy he was fighting, he probably had at least, 4 inches on him?
Yeah, but the problem is Islam's still going to throw him around like a rag doll.
True.
Islam, you got...
That's a really tough weight class to go.
You got Gaethje to go through. You got Michael Chandler. You got... Well, Michael Chandler's probably 170 now.
Yeah.
If not 180.
The UFC middleweight class, Islam is the champ, like undisputed.
Lightweight.
Lightweight, yes. Yeah. So he's the champ,
yeah.
And undefeated, I believe, too, right? Yep. In the UFC. It's just unfair for those Chechenians.
That's contended, though, because Volkanovski, you could make points that Volkanovski beat him.
You could. And I would get to Volk later because, holy shit, he had a fucking hell of a fight. The main event.
The main event, yeah.
Was absolutely fucking awesome.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Don't remember much of the last 2 fights.
BJF got fucked up.
I was
during UFC 290.
Fucked up.
When you know that Johnny Ankers is more sober than BJF during a UFC event, you know it was a good card.
It was a great fucking card.
You know that was a good time and a good card. But I would say on the Bo Nickel point, he worked him. Like, everyone's saying, Bo Nickel's specialty is submission. Swiggs actually took that as his first bet in a main event parlay that he had.
That's terrible.
Was bet. Submission first round, Bo Nickel. It might have actually been just Bo Nickel at any time submission, or it was first round to kind of get a really good payout.
Yeah.
What, did he knock him out in fucking 35 seconds or something like that? 35, 40 seconds, and I was like, dude, he actually has hands.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's had hands.
I've never really, just the name in itself is fantastic. It's such a great American fighter's name. I only really select people by their names and nationalities. That's all I really know about UFC.
Yeah.
But Bo fucking Nickel wins it, goes right over, hops the fence, and who does he say hello to there on the side? First person he said hello to.
Donald Trump.
Oh, shit. He said it to number 45. Yeah, maybe we'll get into a little bit more of that too as well, because the fallout from the fucking pictures of people who are out there with old number 45 there is quite hysterical to me. But he absolutely smoked that fucking guy.
Fucking fallout. Are you fucking kidding me?
I love you, Guy Fieri.
Yeah, what the fuck? How are people going after Guy, bro?
He's just a man, with a lot of money. He lives in California. Shocking.
Honestly, as a normal human being, all right? Like, Guy Fieri is obviously a superstar. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows who he is. But as a normal human being, if you're in the same stadium, and if you're of that caliber where you're like 4 fucking seats down.
Yeah, you're that famous. You're front row.
Yeah,
you have to be that famous to be front row.
4 seats down from the ex-president of the United fucking States.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Even if it was Joe Biden, I might kick him in the nuts afterwards, but I'd go up and shake his fucking hand. He's the president of the United fucking States.
Yeah, he wouldn't be caught dead there, literally.
Yeah.
He's probably dead already. But the fact that is like, that is the problem with people in just one single picture. You know what I mean? You could go both ways on that, and not to get too far off the topic of the sport, but I think it's relevant because UFC 290 trended for, again, all of the wrong reasons. Not because it was a great card, and it was. Go through all of it because it was a fantastic fucking night of fighting. But it was a little bit marred just by the fact that so many people freak out anytime a celebrity takes a picture with fucking Trump or gets caught shaking his hand.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I can't believe why has this society become so fucking stupid that we can't handle somebody saying hi to somebody.
Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking tools. But
nobody's ever done small talk?
Yeah, just
nobody.
It's one moment in time. They probably talk for 15, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Hey, how's it going? It's fucking great. I love being here. All right, have a great night. All right, see ya.
Yep.
I'm going to go get a beer. Thanks.
So,
what the fuck, bro?
Colin Cowherd on his show the other day, he was like, yeah, I went to the UFC fights. I brought a couple of friends that were there. Saw a lot of people, stay in the same hotel room as the NBA Summer League because that's in Vegas. He goes, I was the shortest guy in the elevator. I'm 6'3". He goes, and they're asking him, his co-host is like, well, did you run into Trump there while you were there? He goes, no. He was way closer to the more famous people. I was a few rows up with the less famous people. I was with, the coach of the Celtics. Like, it was like, Guy Fieri and those guys, Rogan.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, Mel Gibson. Dude, he is everywhere now. God, I love our fucking boy Mel. He's been there since the start of this pod. So, anyways.
But, yeah.
The Bo Nickel knocked the fuck out of that Woodburn dude. And then the next fight, it went the distance. It was Turner versus Hooker. Good old Dan Hooker.
Yeah, Dan Hooker. I heard he fucking broke his arm.
Really?
In that fight?
No shit, I did not hear that.
Yeah, I think he broke his arm in that fight.
It was split decision, very, very close. 28-29, 29-28, 29-28.
I'm not gonna lie, we were starting drinking games.
That was the drinking game
era? And then I got really into the Dricus Duplessis fight.
The whole thing with the Turner Hooker, I think what I had was I had Turner, and I mean everybody in their right mind would have taken Bo Nickel. The idea for that was to figure out when he would drop him and how he would drop him.
Yeah.
So that's the main way to fight with him. He was a fucking minus 4,000, minus 5,000 favorite. Nickel was
at the start of the fight he was minus 2,600, I believe.
Yeah, and Hooker started the run of upsets, which you don't really see too often, like back to back to back in a UFC card, especially because they weren't really, like the closest one was Pantoja and Moreno, but like Hooker was a pretty big dog to Turner. And I guess the main part I could say of the fight is that Turner didn't take it seriously, which I think a lot of guys do. He thought, I'm just going to finish him once he gets tired out. Hooker's a legend, dude.
Yeah, Hooker doesn't get tired out.
Legend. And the craziest stat that was thrown out there, and why I still thought I had an idea, because I took Turner. That was the first leg of my initial parlay. He had this ridiculous stat that he had never lost to a guy from New Zealand. He was 4-0 in the UFC against people from New Zealand.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. The type of shit that you just never look for, and you seem to never figure that out until after the fight starts.
Racist fuck put that stat on the goddamn screen.
What you got against the Kiwis, bro?
This guy just beats on Kiwis, motherfucker.
Man. Just do what the rest of us do. Go down and get a fucking Kiwi shake, man. Just leave the people alone down there.
What an asshole, man.
Yeah.
This dude's 4-0 versus Kiwis. Fuck you.
There was a lot of Kiwis on the card. I'm imagining it's probably the Volkanovski effect.
Yeah, definitely.
Or is he Australian? No, he's New Zealand, right?
No, he's Australian.
Or he's Australian.
But I think they all fight together. Him and Izzy are teammates, so they all fight together.
They have very, very similar flags. New Zealand doesn't have a star, and I think Australia has the star or whatever. I'm just looking at it now. Because
we got some listeners in Australia, so we should probably get this right.
Hey, shut up there! Down below! Shipping to Bobby! You knew that was coming.
Christ, that was fucking uncalled for, you asshole.
We love you down there. We know who you are. Sergeant Bobby's crew, salute to you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for listening. Still waiting on an email. Hope you guys get the fights, and hey, shit, you'll be pretty close to the Women's World Cup coming up. If you enjoy that type of thing. I do. So, Hooker won in a split decision. It was a pretty decent-sized dog. I think Turner just didn't take him seriously. By the end of the fight, it was somewhat even, and I thought, fuck it, maybe they'll just give it to the favorite from how the couple of rounds, but I think he won like probably the middle rounds.
Yeah.
And then Hooker his experience took over. But let's get into the one that you hit for the competition. You got yourself 50 points on that. That was your lock, right?
Yeah, that was my lock. Swigs was trying to fucking tell me that it was a bad fucking decision.
Of course he did.
He fucking all up in beginning of the fight. He was like, Bobby Knuckles, man. Bobby Knuckles he hasn't lost to anybody except for Izzy, man. And my one comment was, except for the new competition.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't faced any new competition.
So, I'm going to butcher his name. Duplessis. South African. He is a new guy? I thought he's been around for a while.
He's been around for a while, but he's new competition in the top 5.
Okay. So he's ascending?
Yes, he's ascending.
Gotcha.
And from his last fight to this fight, he got his deviated septum fixed. So everybody
that's a nasty one to take.
So everybody that was saying that he was getting gassed because he was fucking opening his mouth during the fucking fights. No, he wasn't getting gassed. He couldn't breathe.
He had a fucking deviated septum. So how are you even cleared to fight with that?
I have no
That's
idea.
interesting.
Because he was fighting, most of his fights were with his jaw just open. And that's a great way to dislocate your jaw or break your jaw.
That reminds me of how, like, when Jordan Poyer couldn't fly to Kansas City because of his rib injury, like, he wasn't allowed on a flight, but he was cleared to play football.
What?
So he had to drive. Him and his family, like, rented a motorhome, drove from Buffalo to Kansas City for that game so he could play and then drive home, but couldn't fly because he wasn't cleared to fly. Something about, like, the lung injury or whatever. So I'm guessing with a fighter, it's probably even more of it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They probably fight with, broken shit all the time, but a deviated septum seems dangerous to me. Like, you could get in some serious trouble if someone goes to town, like you said, on their jaw, or their nose, or the deviated septum itself. Yeah. It's gonna get even more deviated.
Yeah, no shit. So you really can't get air or right into your brain.
Exactly.
But so that happened in between fights. So he got a new deviated. He doesn't have a deviated septum anymore. So he can
he's got some work. He's got some he's got some cosmetic work done. Good for him.
And then I'm sorry, but Bobby Knuckles
he's out. He's done. He's on the way out. Yeah.
He's gonna be the one to beat.
Right. He's gonna be the guy they throw out there and say, "You want a shot at the title?" Bobby Knuckles.
Beat him.
Your guy.
Beat him. I think it's gonna be actually. Do you want to be in the top 5?
Yes.
Beat Bobby Knuckles.
Because I think Duplessis was 4 or was he 5? I think it was 5 versus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Bobby Knuckles is 2.
Oh, he was 2. So 2v5?
2v5.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's what it was. To me, it was like, that was the hardest one. So after Turner lost, I looked to our buddy. This kid is actually, he's in our golf league, phenomenal fucking golfer. He goes, you know what? He goes, I think I'm just going to take the underdogs and then Volk at the end and just a quick parlay because, like, dude, it seems like all the dogs are winning tonight. And he's like kind of like a half Browns fan, so he's like, dog pound, baby, let's go all dogs. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So he was the first one. He was a big dog.
Yeah.
For you, when you took him, he was what, plus 500?
Well, mine was for a knockout too.
Okay, so yours was to knock him out.
And to knock him out was plus 500.
Gotcha, that makes sense. Because when I got him, it was at plus 360 or 380, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So still the biggest dog to take because, it was really only the 2 left. It was him, Pantoja, and then Volk at the end.
Yeah.
But he was like, that was his fight to lose.
Oh, for sure.
He was the best fighter in there by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was awesome to see. Like, it was 223 of the second round.
Yep.
And BJF just got done with some drinking games, so he was feeling good about it.
It was in the middle of a drinking game, and you can ask T-Rex. I freaked the fuck out. I saw him fucking pounding him on the mat. I was like, give me the fucking points! I was fucking freaking out.
You always know when someone hits something because they text the group chat immediately. And I totally forgot he even placed that. I was just pumped that he won because I had this parlay roll, and I'm like, let's go, fucking BJF. And I think I'm like, shit, he's about to pass me. That was a good one for the comp. That's the type of shit that we should always be betting. You know what I mean? Like, taking the single, taking him even straight up in the parlay plus 300, that's a good one because it's kind of crazy that he would win in the first place.
Yeah.
But calling, the round is a little insane. Like, you could have said second round by TKO, you would have won fucking
that probably would have been
500
plus 18
points.
Yeah, no shit.
So, because he was such a big dog. But that's like the type of shit that makes UFC worth betting because I never hit parlays. This was a fucking one-off by far, especially because it was the underdogs of it all and the way that it happened. You got any more on the Duplessis? Because the Moreno fight, you didn't watch that one.
But Moreno, I couldn't understand why Moreno lost. He already lost to this guy twice.
Yeah,
it
was very close, and I think what did it at the end. Like I said, Pantoja beat Moreno, went the distance, split decision, 46-49. That's crazy to me. 48-47, 48-47. So, like, one judge completely ruled this fight differently, the way that I thought it was going to be ruled, only because no guy clearly had that much of an advantage, like, at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Like, they both landed some huge hits. There was one knockdown. That was the big thing. It was the knockdown by Pantoja. I think it was, like, the first or second round. And he kept bringing him like up
always
against the
gets
cage.
clipped early.
Yeah,
he gets clipped. He comes back, but he gets clipped, and that's what fucks him on these fights.
because
man.
they were hammering each other.
Yeah,
that was the best fight I've seen since like the glory days of UFC.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it
because
I don't remember a goddamn.
I tell you, the only thing is like it was just a couple guys, like little guys, the flyweights. And they're so technical, and like usually you'd see them take some of those shots, and I have to imagine that a lot of the flyweights would go down pretty easily with a few of the bombs that they were hitting at each other, and they didn't. Like it was just
there's not many knockouts at flyweight.
You don't think so?
No, they just don't have the girth behind them.
That's true. I guess you're right. The smaller, the bigger guys is the absolute knockouts. But I'm surprised, like at least with the bigger guys, like the guys who are at the top. The Morenos, the Pantosias. If they're fighting other guys, they're knocking them out.
Figueiredo is a good knockout artist in flyweight, but these other guys, it's a barrage of punches to get you a knockout. It's not just a single.
Yeah, they're combos.
Yeah.
They're not the huge haymakers you get in the heavyweight division, which is what I like about it. It's more like boxing in a way.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like, it's not as much
and you got to be perfect.
Yeah.
There is no...
Very technical.
You got to be very technical, or you got to be extremely wild. There is no middle ground. And if you are in the middle ground, just don't even bother in the weight class because you're just going to get fucked up.
I thought Pantoja was, and again, I was biased because I took him. I was like, this would be the one because it's you're taking away the belt.
That's interesting that they took away the belt with a
split decision. On a split decision, the one that was 46-49 to the one judge, and then 48 was it 48-47, 48-47 I think on the other one. So it was split very evenly for two, and then one just completely saw a different fight than the other judge.
Yeah.
And I think DC might have said something, or Rogan might have said something afterwards. That's very interesting, that one score of that fight. Like, I'm confused at what that judge saw that the other judge just didn't see, because you're basically ruling that he won 2 rounds, that the other guy's saying that he had lost.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big margin to win by 3, So, I don't know. I thought it was just a fantastic fight either way. I could have ruled it a draw. I was like, they could fucking rule this a draw. Just do it again.
And it pushes.
Yeah, so it would be a push bet, but big ups to fucking Pantoja. I don't know if I'd never heard of him before that fight. I've heard of Moreno before.
He beat Moreno twice already.
Yeah.
Now 3 times.
I also didn't know that. But the fucking star, the attraction, was maybe the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
Oh yeah, you gotta love Volk.
Is our man Volk.
Gotta love Volk.
Yeah.
And it was a pipe dream to think Yair was going to do anything to him.
I did think it was maybe a little early on the call.
Well,
but it was the right move. And Volk was going to win either way, so it didn't really matter.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just it was a good long.
All I remember of that is dominance.
Yes.
That's all I remember.
Never a challenge for that fight. And it was weird because I had no idea why he wasn't the champion. Or he said he was the champion, but there was an interim champion, and I'm like, what is this? And then, there was the other thing that happened with
Duplessis.
Was it Duplessis? Yes.
Straight up to Trump.
Well, there was that, and then there was also, who's the other guy? Was it
Dana White?
Adesanya?
Oh, yeah, we went in there.
He went over to Duplessis, and he was
started dropping N-bombs or something.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Dude, over and over again, which I will not repeat because that goes right off about there. That? No, I did not. What did he say?
So at the post-press conference, he's like, well, what? He's like, so how do you feel about the racial slurs that Israel Adesanya was saying in the ring? Dana White's like, what do you mean? He goes, well, there's some people talking about all the racial slurs that we're talking.
I was like,
Dana's like, he's a fighter.
Yeah,
we're in the fighting business.
And what someone said to me when we were watching that, he goes, dude, it's no wonder that the UFC, whoever owns the UFC, also owns the WWE.
They don't yet.
I was like, they don't. I thought it was like, did that actually go through? I was like, no, but it's like that's what they want it to be more like. To be more Conor McGregor like, you got to have the guys not be friends.
Yeah.
And even start whatever needs to start. Even it could be fake or not. It's kayfabe if it needs to be.
For sure.
Right? Is that how you say that?
Kayfabe, yeah.
Yes, kayfabe. Or I said kayfabe. The E is silent.
Kayfabe, yeah.
Fuck. All right, I was close. I got like an 80 on that one. It's a passing grade.
Dana doesn't give a shit. He's like, we're in the fighting business. If you got a problem with what he says, leave.
Yeah, they're free to be whoever they want to be.
Yeah.
I didn't really see it as a racial slur, in my opinion. It was just
it was just him fucking talking.
I was just watching it being this is like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. Like,
and one of the things Dana White goes, he was saying the N-words and everything. Dana goes, he's black.
Yeah, I don't know why they have to ask Dana that question.
Yeah,
like isn't that a question for either like
is he
or his agent? Like I don't know, like or like a comment, whoever. It's just like he said what he said. It is what it is. It's like it's almost like a promo.
It's fucking fight. Terrible because Duplessis is not gonna fucking win that fight.
No, probably not.
No, there's no way.
You know who I'm gonna take in that fight though? Duplessis. I'm riding the South African wave, baby. Whenever they fight, whenever his next fight is, find me. It's going in the comp and it's going in my actual wallet.
We got some bangers coming up. Fucking Sugar Sean O'Malley versus your
yearly prediction. Yep.
Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, here we go. Your beginning prediction. Sugar Sean's gonna have a belt. In October. What's in October? No, November. We have John Jones versus Stipe Miocic.
Okay.
In October, we have... This is not UFC, but we have Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou.
Whoa. Boxing?
Boxing. Signed already.
And then eventually we will get Musk versus Suck.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
We don't support it. It's a conspiracy theory. They're just making shit about the threads and the Twitter and the clones, and they're all fucking corrupt and all evil clones. Anyways. So,
they're all clones. They're all dead.
Anyways. I did not know about Tyson Fury and Ngannou. That's going to be a fucking slugfest.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
Does Tyson Fury, because I don't really watch that much boxing, does he go hard like the heavyweights in the UFC do? Does he throw? I know, but does he is he technical champion or he just knock people out too?
He just knocks fuckers. He's
I've watched a couple and I think he's got the knockouts.
Gypsy King, bro.
You think he's going to be a heavy favorite? Yeah, I mean, it's his sport.
He's got to be a heavy favorite.
Watch out for Ngannou.
But
how many rounds? 10?
10.
But I bet you he drops him in 7.
But Wilder has fucking atomic power too, and he couldn't. He put him down, but he couldn't put him to stay down.
So what about just the fact that Ngannou has been fighting in what I would believe to be a much more competitive sport of bad motherfuckers. There's way more bad motherfuckers in the UFC than there is boxing. So that is the one slight edge I give him. That if he can go the distance to like round 7 or 8, or even like 9, the later rounds. And he just catches him with the power of a Francis Ngannou punch. Right, just one, because he's still got. Well, the only thing is his endurance is gonna fuck him.
That's what.
So if he can get the endurance enough to be a boxer all the way to the 7th or 8th round and catch Fury, because he's probably not gonna touch him much in the beginning. He didn't have the fucking
endurance to do 5 rounds.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a long shot. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's gonna hit, but I'll probably take it.
I'd probably take it too. I mean, it's Ngannou. I love
that boy. Plus 2,500.
That dude needs a fucking movie, all right? If anybody that hears this, give that motherfucker a movie deal, because his life is amazing.
I'll write Ngannou a movie. You ever watch Chimp Kingdom? This is going to go way off topic.
What the fuck just happened, bro?
Do you ever watch that?
No.
I'm not going there, believe me. I know what this sounds like, but you're going to be surprised.
Okay.
The point of writing a Ngannou story is that I thought about this other movie idea. And it's the show Chimp Kingdom, if you've ever watched it.
No.
It's on Netflix. It's fucking incredible. I'm on the 2nd time through watching it. And it's just a great study of what separates man from chimp.
Okay.
And it's just
not much.
There is a few, differences, and it's just but it is watching just a different kind of human. It's crazy. Their social structures are so interesting to me, and how they just communicate without even talking. One person just gets up and starts going on a patrol by themselves. Then everyone follows, and they're just in a line silently, and then they'll pat each other on the back while they're walking by, I got you, let's go. We're going on a patrol to hunt the other crew. They fight in warfare.
Oh no shit.
Over territory. So I go, if you rewrote that as the 2 factions, the central faction, the big one, and then the ones that broke off, the western group, as an old west, fighting over the town land or something like that, over the oil instead of the fruit. It's a social structure. The brothers, the 2 brothers that patrol for the one group, the king that was over there that used to be with them, the left, the alpha, The other alphas trying to prove themselves to become the next alpha. That in itself is the way of human life in anything. Anything you do, sports, business, everything is to be the top dog if you're that, mentality. That's every UFC fighter is to be the alpha of his weight class.
That is the alpha and omega of the world.
Yeah, they have factions, they have rivalries, they have alliances, people that they're with, like people that they train with or they're boys with, it's like it's all human nature. We're not that far off from but we've lost touch with the nature part of it. That's the problem.
That's the big problem.
We've become too technological, and I'm not to get off topic, but I love watching UFC now. It's a fucking incredible. That was an incredible card. People that had never really watched it or did watched it sparingly, they're sitting there watching this card and they're just like, "This is absolutely incredible." Everything was just bigger,
and it was just electric, and it was fight week.
The people that were there, was it DJT? I forgot his middle name.
410-20.
Sorry, Don. My bad, buddy. So
410-20.
I just, the amount of athletes and the way it's like being drawn now, like everybody is following it. Everyone's going. The biggest names, The funniest group that I saw, I can't remember who was next to him, but it was Theo Von. Might have been like Mark Wahlberg, Theo Von, and then David Spade was on the end. And there was those three sitting there like front row at the fight. And I was just watching. I was like, this is not like what? What world?
Yeah, who arranged this?
Yeah, like that's cool. They're just gonna chill right there. And I'm like, but there was a lot more people than that. I mean, it was just the fact that it's so popular now, and you could warrant getting a pay-per-view for fights like that.
Fact?
Let's hear it.
Donald Trump flew into L.A. to go to this fight.
Mm-hmm.
He had a meeting with somebody in L.A.
Okay.
And then went to the fight. Do you know who that meeting was with?
Let's hear it.
Mel fucking Gibson.
Oh, that's true. But we're going to ring the bell anyways. Mel was at the fights, wasn't he?
And Mark Wahlberg.
And for some reason, they're just going after Guy Fieri. And all he's trying to do is bring happiness to the world with his cooking games. Okay? Leave the man alone.
All you need to do is bring some love into the world. That's it.
You know what he did? You know what Guy Fieri did one time? You have to look this up and see if it's a true story, but someone did post about it, and it seemed pretty convincing. He's not really like a hardcore conservative. You know what I mean? Like all of his friends, all those chefs on the show, they're pretty left. Like the shows itself are pretty left-leaning.
Yeah.
He himself married at one time, like, I think it was like 1,100 gay people. Like it was that many couples that he married as in a ceremony in like California. Double check and see if it actually happened.
Oh, I'm looking.
So I don't think these people that are just jumping to try to cancel him and get him kicked off of the Food Network understand who really Guy Fieri is. Not only is he a liberal for most part, he's kind of
101 gay weddings in Florida.
In Florida.
See? He officiated 101 gay weddings in Florida.
But you want to cancel him.
I don't want to cancel him.
That's the American left.
That was awesome. Fuck. All right, should we go into our NFL predictions? That mine got all fucking deleted because that's bullshit.
Man, that really bats.
Dude, I spent a lot of time on this shit too.
Yes. I'm going to say...
Yes. What the fuck is I'm not even listening.
Yes. I was not. I was trying to pull them up because I think I'm trying to find the pictures of it. Here we go. That's what you got to do, man. Screenshots.
Evidently. Well,
I knew for a fact. Oh, that's right. You did. And you have to take those really grainy pictures on your photo. Yeah. So I had a pretty fun time today on my lunch break doing this. Took me about 25, 30 minutes.
Okay.
How long did you put into it?
Probably about an hour.
An hour?
Yeah,
okay, so we'll see.
Working hard.
You were looking up simulations, right?
I did do a couple simulations, and then I went back to just, this isn't as fun, so I went to your thing and just started picking.
Did you do, was it PFF?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one to use.
I think it's pretty
cool
solid simulator.
Yeah. No, I think the method I had was just look at every single game for what it is right now. Those two teams, what I think they are, as the rosters are. There's one thing that I considered when I did this.
Okay.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
He's going to go somewhere eventually,
Yeah.
right?
Is
So-
he really that much of a difference maker?
He's a bit of a difference maker, I would say. So I think he's going to go to the Browns.
Okay.
All right. Browns with Deshaun Watson, who used to play with in Houston. That's why, I mean, the only reason why I think he's going there.
Woman killer?
He's not
Peter?
not a woman killer. He's an abuser. Yes,
Abuser,
he's a piece
raper?
of shit. Yeah, he's a rapist
Okay.
for the massage people. I don't know if it was like more of like sexual harassment
Oh,
or
okay.
full on like, grabbing himself. I don't know. I don't know the details. They're all sealed. There's a lot of money that went out that way. Yeah.
Interesting.
Shocking. But that didn't stop Cleveland from giving him the most guaranteed money in NFL history. So for that, they have to be considered. I think he goes there. I don't think he gives a shit. I think that's how it works. They have
Okay.
the money to spend on him. He doesn't want to go to New England or Tennessee. I'm sorry. It's not going to be a Patriot. And the Patriots are not going to be good in my rankings either. I'm just forewarning you.
My rankings were they were dead last.
Okay, good. So
At
we're on the
4
same.
and 13.
We're kind of on the same page a lot.
Yeah.
We're kind of on the same page a lot with this one. So where should we start? Should we start out west? A little different.
Sure.
Okay.
You're just gonna have to tell me who's in the divisions, and I'll have to try to remember what I fucking said.
There you go.
All right.
All right. This is gonna be great. You took an hour to do it.
Yeah, I remember
None
most
of the
of it.
results, and there's like, I'm just gonna remember it. I applaud you. I could have never. So first division, we're gonna start AFC West.
Okay.
This is the Chiefs division.
Okay.
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders.
I had the Raiders and the Chiefs.
Okay. Did you have the Raiders winning the division?
No, I had the Chiefs winning the division.
Okay.
Raiders making a wild card.
Gotcha. Do you remember what order you put those in?
The Raiders were completely dead last.
So 7th seed.
7th seed, yes.
Okay. And the Chiefs?
Chiefs were number 2.
Okay. Perfect. So in that aspect, Mahomes, you're thinking is going to have, the Mahomes year. That he
I do
always
believe
has.
Mahomes is going to have a Mahomes year because
He's Mahomes.
he's Mahomes and he
Yeah.
has fucking an arsenal. So,
right.
I mean, how can you could put fucking Doug Flutie now into that fucking team and he'll still make a fucking
The
Super
thing
Bowl.
is, it's really not as deep as you think it is anymore. Tyreek Hill is in Miami.
okay.
Miami's got better weapons than the Chiefs do any day. They really do.
Yeah, but they can't get a fucking quarterback to stay on his 2 feet.
That's unfortunate. Anywho, the
What do you
fact
got?
that the Chiefs have Mahomes and
Yeah.
Kelsey, and then whoever else they fill in, Sky Moore, whoever, whatever running back is there, it's Mahomes, it's Kelsey, it's Andy Reid. If one of those 3 things is off, because I'm just saying it, they're going to have an off year. Whether Kelsey goes down, I'm not saying it should happen or not, or they just don't click as much, or the other, the divisional opponents are better, the Broncos are better, the Chargers can finally
Are
pop.
the Broncos better?
No, absolutely not. I have the Broncos finishing, actually, here's my order from bottom to top.
Of the West.
Oakland, 2-15. Not Oakland, sorry.
Las
Woo!
Vegas?
Shit, I got to take a shot
You
for
gotta
that
take
one.
a shot for that one.
It's over here. That's only fair. When you miss a city, you gotta get gritty.
I guess that's a halfer because you did name a past city.
That is true. I mean, I'm still gonna take the full.
All right.
So they're last. I have them at 2-15 out there in Vegas. Just don't see it happening. Josh McDaniels fired by week 8. The Broncos at 6.
Damn, bro.
The Broncos at 6-11. First year for Peyton. Russell Wilson's not that good. They look for a different quarterback after this year. Come back, maybe a little bit better. Chiefs 10-7, but missing the playoffs. At the top, the Chargers 14-3.
The Chargers.
And that's actually wrong because it should only be 17 games, so it's actually 13-3. So
That's
no.
16, 14, and 3.
Jesus, man, give me another shot for that shit.
You
I
gotta
ain't a
take
mathlete, buddy. I ain't exactly an athlete either, but fuck it.
Yeah, I had in that division. I had the Denver's, Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs.
Okay, so Denver is the worst.
Denver's the worst.
Gotcha. So let's move over to we'll do the South.
Okay.
So this would be in my order from bottom to top. The Titans, who I think are just going to have an abysmal fucking year, trying to figure out if Tannehill or Levis is the right guy. And if they land DeAndre Hopkins, a lot will change. I think he'd pick that over the Patriots if no one else offers him anything. I do think he's going to go to Cleveland, but if he doesn't, he can go to, Tennessee, even the Bills, the Chiefs. I mean, that would just be ridiculous. They'd just, completely shift one of those teams up. So I got Titans at the bottom. The Colts actually being competitive, but not having a winning season at 6-11, and then the Texans is a little bit of a surprise, 9-8, still missing the playoffs, and the Jags win it again handedly, 12-15 or 12-5. I got a lot about the Jags.
Yeah, I just switched the Colts and the Titans.
Okay, yeah, the Jags winning the division.
The Jags winning with Houston number 2.
Yeah, I think Houston with the coach that they have now, he's bought in to that team. They had a pretty good draft. They got to ride it out with Stroud, see what he has. Who knows? It's worth it. You took a fucking big risk to get him.
Yeah. They
traded back up to get the other fucking good-ass defensive player, I think, from Bama. They have a good little core. They also got my boy Motor. Fucking Motor Singletary, baby. Get your motor running out on the highway. I am going to miss that on Sundays, and that's why I'm going to somewhat root for the Texans this year. Oh, they might be my AFC South team, but Trevor Lawrence takes a big leap in my rankings this year, and it'll show up in my playoffs. So, after that, we will head to the AFC North. This is the Steelers with an incredible record of 2 seasons in a row, going 9-8 and missing the playoffs, but Mike Tomlin does not have a losing record ever. You're welcome, Swigs and Chugs, but you're not making the playoffs in my rankings. All other 3 teams from this do.
Okay.
Browns 12-5, Bengals 14-3, and then Ravens 14-3. Ravens have a better divisional record. They win the division at the top, and then from down it's Bengals Browns. So all 3 of those though will make the playoffs. That's a bold prediction.
That's a bold fucking prediction.
I think those teams, when you look at it, are a little bit more evenly spread out in terms of talent. Like besides the Steelers, unfortunately, because they're kind of in a rebuild. People just don't want to root for the Browns because of what their quarterback did. Like they're a good team. Now they're going to have him for the whole year, already 1 year into the offense with really good players on defense and offense. Like Wyatt Teller, the guy we traded him, he's a fucking stud of an offensive lineman. That shit matters. They're going to be good.
Okay.
He's got running backs.
I had the Steelers, then I had the Browns, then I had the Bengals making the playoffs, and the Ravens making the playoffs, winning the division.
Nice. We had them in the exact same order as well.
Yes.
Damn, we were right on fucking schedule. All right, let's get to it. The AFC East.
Patriots, Jets, Dolphins, Bills.
Okay. All right, so
Bills and Dolphins. Bills number 1, Dolphins number 4.
Okay, so they would be the first round matchup. Actually, no. Bills were number 1. You had them?
Bills number 1.
Oh wow. Okay.
They finished the season in my thing as 14-3.
Okay, mine they are 12-5. Okay. I could give you the 5 losses.
That's not fucking bad. That's pretty close to what I had.
Yeah. I think they'll lose to the Eagles on the road.
I thought so too.
I think they'll lose to the Chargers on the road in LA.
I think I said that one too.
They'll lose to the Jets once. I actually had them
said
losing
that
to
too.
I had them losing to the Jets at Buffalo. I had them Buffalo winning the first game of the year and then losing to them in Buffalo later in the year.
So did I. Yeah. Yes.
So I was like, that's
a definite loss.
Their first 3 losses because it's expected.
Yeah.
And then I have them losing their first game. So I had them going on a little bit of a run in the beginning, but I had them losing their first game in London to the Jags. Because the Jags are playing in London the week before. They don't have to travel. They're going to stay there. The Bills are going to travel over a fucking continent and have to play a team that's probably pretty good. I have them ranked pretty high, 12-5, same record. So if they met in the playoffs, it would depend on the seeding, and because of that, as an effect later in the playoffs for my beloved Buffalo Bills, which would make it difficult. So they have it. The Bills have it out against them this year, especially with the Jets, because I have the Jets finishing same record, 12-5. And
really?
The Bills having just the division tiebreaker, 5-1.
And you're gonna take the fucking Browns and the Bengals, saying that they're gonna have more tiebreakers.
Well,
to the 12-5 teams.
Yeah,
you're fucking insane.
Well, I had the Bills finishing as the 4th seed in the playoffs.
Okay.
So that means they would play the Bengals first round in Buffalo because the Ravens would have won the division. Ravens 2 seed, they'd play the Browns. I think that's such an interesting game. I think the Browns could win that game in Baltimore. Browns used to be, I think they're the Baltimore Colts, but like back in the day, the Browns were like a much better franchise. They're not known for success. And I have another team that's not known for success recently making a run in the playoffs as well.
I have one.
That's in the other one. A couple of them actually in the NFC. I'm looking ahead a little.
Well, let's go into it. Fuck it.
I would just wrap them up on like the seeds. I did the Bills or number 1 seed I had is the Chargers. I think they're gonna pop with Herbert this year. They have a lot of fucking good guys if they can stay healthy. That's the biggest thing. They get the first round bye, and then from there it would be Ravens versus Browns 2 versus 7. I'd take the Browns, and then Jags Jets. Jags at home. Taking the Jags.
You gotta take the Jags.
And then Bills, Bengals. Fuck, man. If I was a real gambling man, I'd look strongly at the Bengals. They'd probably be favored for fuck's sake.
I'd look strong at DeMar.
Going there. You see the ESPYs?
Well, you'd have to dig him up because that's not the real DeMar.
Oh, there it is. You thought we were going to fucking leave some of those out, did you? This is leaving Earth, dude. Grow up.
We always got them coming.
Yeah, well, for my point, I'm taking the Bills. All right, to the NFC.
I'm taking the Bills.
We got...
I do have
NFC West. We'll start West again.
Sure, but I do have, at the end of this, I have a little tidbit that I heard on the radio that I think you should know.
Okay. Is it about...
It's about tomorrow.
Okay.
But right. I'll tell you afterwards. We'll go through this first.
And this episode is brought to you by Leaving Earth Podcast.
Because nobody wants to sponsor us, bitches.
And YouTube already canceled us.
Surprised we're still up.
There's the team that's the only good team to start in the NFC West is the 49ers.
Okay.
They're the only team I had making the playoffs. In fact, I had the Rams being just as bad, if not worse, as they were last year at 3-14, and the Cardinals at 2-15. They might try to trade Kyler Murray if he doesn't want to play there anymore because they suck so bad. And the Rams are kind of in a little bit of a rebuild themselves, and it all matters how good Stafford does. And if he stays healthy, and I don't know, he's getting older, and just not sure how that's going to play out. But what I do know is that the San Francisco 49ers are really good. They got a really good coach. They got my boy fucking Brock Purdy. Fucking Purdy woman. Walking down the street, Purdy woman. He's the man, dude. That's it. They are going to say they're going to start him. They also have Sam Darnold. And then if they really want to go with Trey Lance, who they drafted to be the franchise quarterback, who it's not quite panning out, I don't know. But other than that, they're absolutely stacked.
So
Seattle's going to fall off. Just the Niners making the playoffs from there.
Yeah, but so you had
Niners at the top, 13-4, Seahawks 8-9, and then LA and Arizona in the dumpster.
Yeah, I think mine were the exact same.
Yeah. Let's go, and let's switch up this one. Let's go NFC North because this one's exciting. Mm-hmm. This is a good one. This is the one where a lot of attention will be on. Besides the Jets, besides Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, because he left. The king has left the kingdom in a way.
Do you know? This might be breaking news to Johnny _
Breaking news on Leaving Earth. Mortal Sportsman.
You know who's playing Hard Knocks this year?
It's Jets.
The Jets.
Oh yeah. Oh, that came out a while ago. Sorry. That is breaking news though, according to some other people out there, because it hasn't officially been named yet, or hasn't been.
It has now.
There we go. It is official.
They tried.
We did it here live.
They tried to deny it. They tried to say no.
Well, every team tries to deny it now. It's not good to have that shit all around your players all the time.
The Lions didn't do fucking that bad.
Here's the difference. The Lions needed the publicity, and they had grit, and they had Dan Campbell.
Yeah,
right. He's a great football character. He's a great football guy, passionate about football. This guy wakes up, sleeps, eats, drinks, probably fucks football all the time. Yeah. Football. He just, and then what they needed was a little bit of publicity because they had good characters like Campbell. They had good players, Jamal.
Yeah.
And it's like, and now they just fucking drafted or got 2 new running backs. But like the Jets don't really need that for publicity. It's only gonna fuck them up.
Oh yeah, because now you got hippy dippy Aaron Rodgers. Who, Honestly, I like his viewpoints, but some people don't. I guess.
Dude, I agree with Aaron Rodgers on the majority of what he says.
But I guess the majority of NFL watchers don't agree with Aaron Rodgers.
I wouldn't say that, man. You'd be surprised. But I think the whole thing about him going to the Jets, they didn't need, like, again, the Jets don't need any notoriety to try to make, a case. They haven't been in the playoffs. They're the last team that hasn't been in the playoffs, whatever the streak is, 13, 14 years.
Okay.
So they're going to go back to the playoffs this year. I don't think you can rule them out.
There's no
way.
The Jets?
Yeah.
You just said they weren't in the playoffs.
No, I had them in the playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had them losing to the Jags in Jacksonville.
How do you have the Jets making it, but not Miami making it?
I'm surprised you didn't notice earlier. But for the main reason that we don't really know what's going to happen with Tua, but I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be pretty good. Like, he's Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know. Do they have a line?
They don't. That's the biggest problem with them.
Then Aaron Rodgers on his ass is
Buddy, you think matter. I care about cursing the Jets?
I don't.
Not at all.
I'm just
saying.
They
go 4-13.
How the fuck are you going to pick the Jets over Miami?
Spite.
Okay.
Anywho, I had to admit it. It was out of spite. Miami should probably make it over the Jets. If it was down to us staying healthy the entire year, then absolutely they would make it over the Jets.
All right, so NFC North.
NFC North, the kingdom that Aaron Rodgers had left to go to Jersey. I have them as a very interesting, like, kind of breakdown between the aging empires and the ascending ones. So I had Green Bay finishing last because I think Jordan Love's going to suck. And they're going to tank and try to maybe even go as low as possible to get Caleb Williams and have him be the fucking quarterback of the future, the kid from USC.
Okay.
And then from there, though, I have a very competitive, and it would have to go head-to-head or some crazy tiebreaker between Chicago and the Vikings for the second spot in that division and a playoff spot in the NFC. I have a 9-8 team making the fucking playoffs in the NFC, and I have it as the Vikings. Just a little slight edge of experience and skill players.
Okay.
So I think Vikings edge out the Bears, and the fucking Lions go 12-5 to win the division.
I have backers, Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Packers. What was the other one?
Packers, Vikings.
I have Packers, Vikings.
And then the Bears.
The Bears making the playoffs, and then the Lions making the playoffs.
I fucking love Justin Fields. He's an electric player. He's an incredibly gifted player, runner. Their coach is I'm pretty sure he's an offensive coach, but like the thing is they need to do is they just need to get him weapons. Like there's no one that wants to play in Chicago. It's been such a bum town. They've never had a good quarterback. Never had a successful star quarterback ever.
Who the fuck wants to go to Chicago?
Do you want to know the last star quarterback Chicago's had? Think about it. He played for the Dolphins actually too. He played for the Dolphins and the Broncos. This is called Ask Bijafeth if he knows football knowledge. He played for the Bears.
Probably.
The Bears.
Within
the last 10, 15 years.
No, I have no idea.
Jay Smokin' Menthols Cutler.
Oh, really? Yeah, that is right.
I don't know if I ever told you that story. When he was playing for the Dolphins, me and Chugs went to the game. It was his first ever Bills game. He's a Steelers fan. His cousin actually was there too, so we tailgated with him for a while. It was an absolute fucking blast. It was in the wintertime. Last game of the year against the Dolphins. I think it was the year that we did make the playoffs. It was one of those, last couple games. We played them, and then we played somebody else, and then we played the Dolphins again. Like within 3 weeks at the end of the season. It was ridiculous.
I hate when they do that.
Jay Cutler was walking back out from the second half. We had seats right at the tunnel. 4 seats in from the tunnel, behind the uprights.
Nice.
And they're walking back out. Jay Cutler's walking with his fucking hands in his, hand warmer pocket, right on his belly. And he's just walking so slow. He's so pissed. He just does not want to be there. He does not want to be in Buffalo walking out to this crowd. So I look down at him and I go, Jay Cutler smokes menthols. He just didn't look up. He just shook his head a few times and just kept walking towards the field like, fuck this shit, man. And then he ended up being on a fucking reality. Dude, it's ridiculous. But I'll say the immediate effect of that, honest to God, his first fucking throw that next half, right on our side, like he was coming out from our end.
Yeah.
Interception.
Nice.
But Jay Cutler was the last good quarterback for the Bears when he played for the Bears. Before that, was it Rex Grossman? They had no one.
Yeah.
Maybe, was it Cordell Stewart ever go there maybe for a year or two after he left Pittsburgh? Maybe. I don't know. But there was no one. So I hope Justin Fields is good. Chicago's a good sports city. That'd be a fun team to watch. I'd support the Bears in the NFC. It's
as
not
long
really...
as they still have patrons and they're not shot. You know?
Yeah. I love the fact that the Lions have the skill positions now and the culture built. And I think Jared Goff's going to be a pretty damn good quarterback. If you want to look who's going to start winning that trade now, here's a fucking prediction for you. Jared Goff is going to last in this league a lot longer than Stafford will. And the Rams may well just get that one Super Bowl and not a lot for now until wherever. Not to say that Detroit's going to win a Super Bowl or anything, but they're probably going to be more competitive than the Rams for the next few years because they have Goff. Now, maybe Goff couldn't have got them all the way to the Super Bowl with the Rams, and Stafford did that 1 year. Mm-hmm. Stafford's going to retire or not be that good. You know, he's not going to age as gracefully as a Tom Brady or a Drew Brees probably would. Dude, he was a fucking partier, dude. He's slamming beers and chicks at Georgia.
Probably not eating babies either. So
no, he's trust me, he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks. I'm happy he's got a Super Bowl. He's borderline Hall of Fame for me. All those years he suffered in Detroit. It's almost, if you think about it, how he left. He immediately won the Super Bowl, but then they immediately got better.
Yeah. And
now they're contending potentially for a playoff spot this year. I have them winning the division. That's everyone's fucking big prediction. I'm not even going to pretend like it is. Like, the Lions are good. They got good. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a great receiver. If he stays healthy, it's going to be great. And I love
Last
Goff.
year was a rebuilding year. Now they got fucking all steam. All engines go. Mm-hmm. In my prediction.
Plus, Aiden Hutchinson, the edge rusher, he's going to be a Bosa level disruptor for years to come.
Dude.
That defense now has a leader, an emotional leader, an actual physical leader. He's a big dude. He's he will command a huddle if need be, or on the sideline to be like, "Well, let's go pick it the fuck up."
Yeah,
our offense is doing good because I think their offense is going to be just as electric. They were great last year. Huge fantasy upside was anyone who took me, Amon-Ra St. Brown, in the 10th or 11th round. And that guy fucking turned up.
30 fucking points a goddamn week, pretty much.
He had somewhere, and it seemed like he just couldn't really stay completely healthy towards the end of the year. But when he went off, dude, he was great because that offense was electric. Goff, I believe in that guy. So,
South? We going south now?
We'll go NFC South. Yeah, we'll leave the NFC East for the last. Follow it up there. This is going to be crazy. So this is almost similar to the NFC North, where the king has left. The ultimate king. The emperor. Sir Thomas Brady is gone. Woo!
The fucking Lord.
Thank you so much, Tom, for finally losing your battle to Father Time.
I love it that he lost his entire family and then left.
That's so mean, man. Why you gotta do that? I know he caused you pain.
Fuck that guy.
He's caused me nothing but for most of my fucking adult life and childhood of watching sports. He is not. He's not a guy I would ever feel bad for. But in that situation, he loved the game that much. I gotta respect it
for one more year, bro. You went
for a bad year for an 8-9 season that just squeaked in the playoffs and got whooped the first round.
You went in to a new team.
And won it the first year.
In your hometown, went to the Super Bowl, won it in the home stadium. You could have. That would have been a perfect setting. That would have been a perfect fucking time for you to go. Mm-hmm. But no, you had to stick around, piss your wife off, lose your kids, lose everything that should be holy to you.
Yeah.
And just to play a fucking game. You already have more money than God. Fuck off. That dude did not need to play another season.
He played 2 more seasons.
Yeah, that's fucking idiot.
I think, right?
He's a fucking idiot.
Pretty sure it was 2 more seasons.
Idiot.
Tom Brady is a
Listen,
not a player that you could ever compare to anyone else, in my opinion, because football is such a different. It's a way different sport, and that position itself is way different. I think he's really only comparable to at this point the greats of anything else. like the Muhammad Ali's, the fucking Michael Jordans, like that type of thing. He's not really in level. Even Mahomes can't be compared to this fucking dude. He took a team that had not been to the playoffs. He had Jameis Winston the year before, maybe a 9-8 team, 8-9. And in his very first year, all he did was take Gronk with him. That's all he did. It's like, hey, Gronk, let's go to fucking Tampa. We'll bring in Fournette from Jacksonville. We'll go win a Super Bowl. And I'll tell Belichick to go fuck himself. And that's exactly what he did. Who won the divorce? Come on.
Out of them two?
Out of
Brady.
Belichick and Brady? Brady. The other one? Up for debate, but probably not Brady.
I'm just saying, fuck that guy.
So that division, though, I have
He is one step down from LeBron for me.
Oh, then we're getting into the GOAT conversation, dude. There's like a...
The GOAT conversation? Don't even fucking get me started when I say LeBron and you say GOAT.
There has never, ever been a Mortal Sportsman episode where LeBron somehow hasn't gotten brought up.
I fucking hate that guy.
I know you do, buddy, and we're going to get through this,
And he's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT.
Is Tom Brady the GOAT?
No.
Who's the GOAT?
I don't fucking know, but it's not him.
Okay. All right, interesting.
Honestly, I think fucking Dan Marino is above Tom Brady. I don't give a fuck about your rings.
Wow. That's a good one. I have to ask you to clip that, by the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna just please at any time, just like go look at whatever time it is right now.
I got you.
And clip that for me.
All right.
I'm gonna spread that on the internet. Anyways, this division, the Buccaneers, I have finishing dead last.
Okay.
Tank season, I think, probably in the runnings for Caleb. 3-4 wins, 5 wins. Maybe they could be competitive, but the other teams, they put stock into being better, but they're not really that good. The NFC is just not good in general compared to the AFC. It's insane.
It's sad.
It's two different. It's like completely two different leagues.
I think they need to switch up the divisions.
I think they should start from scratch.
Yeah.
Make it more regional. So I have Bucks at the bottom,
cool
and then I have the Panthers.
If we had
8-9.
if we had like the Northeast region.
Yeah, it would just be the teams like Pittsburgh, Cleveland,
you could go to every
Buffalo.
fucking
It would be
game.
Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Buffalo, and probably Cincinnati.
Not one of the Jets or the Giants.
That's the other side. That would be it'd be Giants, Eagles, Jets, Patriots.
Yeah.
You'd split that part. You'd throw the Miami Dolphins in a division with Tampa, Jacksonville, and probably the Falcons.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Or the Saints.
Oh, New Orleans.
We should fucking do that and go on our next Mortal Sportsman. We should come up with our own.
All right. I like that.
I almost just do it right now, but
I like that. All right,
it's very
keep going.
geographical.
All right, so you got Tampa Bay.
As the divisions are now, instead of what we believe they should be.
You got Tampa Bay, then you
Tampa,
got
and I got
Panthers.
the Panthers bouncing back. Frank Reich, I'm a huge fan of this coaching hire, and I mean, to be honest, I think Young's going to be a good quarterback. I don't really know. Like, he's really small. He's really fucking small. His helmet looks ridiculous on him when he's out there, but he has a good coach. They had a lot of heart last year of like the culture that they had even before he got there, so I hope he doesn't fuck it up too much. I still don't have him finishing with a winning record. 8-9. The Saints with Derek Carr. Your fucking boy.
My
you
boy.
love Derek Carr.
I love Derek Carr.
You fucking love. He is your boy.
He is my boy.
I believe he's the only guy. Well, I gotta have to look this up. It was like from that draft class or whatever that's still in there. It's crazy how much they've revolved around quarterbacks from like back not even that long ago.
Yeah.
But like actual starting quarterbacks, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But I have him making 9-8 and just barely making it into the playoffs. The crazy thing is I have them as a 1-5 in their division. So like the Panthers and them, like it's just the schedule that they have is just a little, for some reason, I think advantageous to the Saints and Derek Carr. That takes him over other teams, but in the division he crumbles.
Okay. That's
like the knock on Derek Carr. He can never really beat the Chiefs, or he'll probably lose a couple games to the Chargers, or I think he actually beat them the one year though. That was very impressive. That was signature Carr to take out Herbie, my boy Herbie. So I like that there, and then I have the Falcons. I mean, I don't know who would be their quarterback there. I don't think it matters. They got fucking Bijan Robinson. This guy's gonna be like Adrian Peterson level rookie numbers. He's gonna by far win the rushing title.
Yeah.
He's just so fresh. In college, you only play 13 games a year, probably. Maybe light, practice schedules at that point. At Texas, he's just a huge dude. They didn't need a running back. They needed everything else. But they took what I think is the best athlete in the draft, Bijan Robinson. I wanted him to fall later and the Bills to trade up and get him, but I knew that was a fucking pipe dream. But I think that in that division where it's just kind of uncertain, Derek Carr could struggle in his first year in New Orleans and then stay there for a few more and get better. But the Falcons, that's my biggest probably surprise prediction. They win the division.
Yeah, I had. Give it to me one more time. The four Panthers.
Saints, I had what?
Falcons.
Bucks, Panthers, Saints, Falcons.
All right, so I had Panthers, Bucks, Falcons, Saints.
Okay. Falcons making it or not making it?
Not making it.
Okay, so Saints make it, win the division.
Yep.
That's probably the 4 seed, I'm guessing. 3 seed.
No, they had them. I had them at 3.
Okay, so you're high on Derek Carr.
High on Derek Carr.
All right, you're high on Carr.
I'm high on Carr. I like Carr.
Smoke some Carr, man. Fucking get some Carr in here. Cheers to Derek.
Fucking, I don't know. I think he's a dynamite player. I think he can he's got a long ball, which a lot of fucking quarterbacks nowadays don't fucking have.
He's got pedigree just to know how to be an NFL quarterback, starting quarterback,
Yeah.
I think they'd have a decent amount of weapons
And
for
he
him.
always
Kamara,
looks like
he
he's
comes back.
drugged out. I don't know. He's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had, for some reason, I just feel like Falcons with Bijan. Trying to think of who their tight end is. I'm fucking blanking right now, probably after we hit the car. But yeah, that division's tough. I think it's like more of a toss-up based on like who the coach is. And I think that dude, Arthur Smith, guy who coaches Falcons, he's a smart dude. If Desmond Ridder can play, he can just be competent, like Jalen Hurts level competent. They could win a division. Ain't gonna win any playoff games, but they'll win a division. So, on to the division that everyone else will talk about.
All right.
To end it all.
The fucking Cowboys.
Yep. We got, at the bottom, we have, I'm gonna say it, fuck it, that's not their real name anymore.
The Commanders?
You know what I'm about to say?
What is their command?
Remember their old name?
Oh, the Washington football team?
Yeah! The football team!
The football team.
What'd you think I was gonna say, America? Or Australia? Yeah, the football team finishes last. And after them, well, I guess above them, in the third spot, I got the Giants falling back 7-9. I think this whole Saquon Barkley thing, this drama, and Daniel Jones getting paid before Saquon Barkley gets paid is a recipe for disaster. Year 2 Dable fail. 7-9. Sorry to our boy Turks, if he actually listens to this. Biggest Giants fan I know. 7-9.
He doesn't fucking listen?
I would have to send it to him because I'll say I give him a shout out. And his fucking future brother-in-law, Biz Nasty, never called us back, so I'll have to share the lock with you later.
Get married?
No, it's he's dating his sister.
Oh, all right.
Anyways.
But anyhow,
after that I have his dreaded
we need 2 more
rivals.
fucking foulers on Rumble, just saying.
Yes. I
fucking put the text out to the boys.
Shout out Rumble right in the middle of our NFC East rankings.
Fucking put the text out to the boys. Not one of them motherfuckers signed up. You know who signed up?
Me and Bear.
You, T-Rex, and Bear.
We need 2 others.
We need 2 others so
There's
I can go
2
live
listeners
on Rumble.
out there. Tell them, what is our Rumble?
Beejafeth. BEEJAPHETH. Follow us so we can get some live content. This show will be uploaded to Rumble. We're trying something new. Let's go.
Rumble on!
Anyway, what are we doing?
NFC
East. East, yes.
We have
The Northeast.
the final 2 teams. Tied record, head-to-head. I don't know what the tiebreaker was. I'm not looking back into the games that I picked. But I got the Cowboys and the Eagles. Eagles finishing top. Cowboys right behind them. Same record, 12-5. Eagles drop off. Cowboys ascend a little bit more. I like Dak Prescott. Honestly, people kind of bag on him because, in my personal opinion, he's not really like a star quarterback. He's like a Kirk Cousins to me. Like, he can win you some fucking games, but he's also going to lose you some games. Like, I mean, there's an aspect of that in every quarterback. The only 2 quarterbacks that I'd have
Dak
above
throws
him,
interceptions.
the only 2 quarterbacks that I think are like obscenely just above everyone else on that is Mahomes and Burrow, where they just don't really have that much a part of their game that's a downfall. Mahomes probably even more. Really, Burrow and Herbert
Yeah, they
are
don't
the
put their
most pure
they don't
passers.
really put their offenses in trouble.
Even like Rodgers, that was his greatest trait. Is he never threw interceptions. You know, he
that
would
wasn't
throw the
bad.
ball away. Yeah, I mean, in the playoffs, it kind of bit him in the ass. Let's be honest. One Super Bowl after all those fucking MVPs. Woo!
Good job. But anyway,
Yeah, I got Cowboys, Eagles, same record. You know, those two teams, as good as they are, you know, they might even win. They'll probably win their first two games of the playoffs. I have them actually winning the two playoffs, then playing the two teams. The team that I think is going to win it all.
so I had actually the Giants finishing last.
Yeah,
The football team.
football team. Okay.
Then the Giants.
Do you remember what record you had
Or
as the
not the
Giants?
Giants. No,
remember
I
what
don't.
record? No.
Then the Cowboys. Then the Eagles. And
Okay.
then on this side, I believe, I don't remember every game, but I remember that my Super Bowl. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas Raiders
Wow.
versus the
And-
Detroit Lions.
Damn. Should I hit the bell?
You should.
That's a good prediction. I mean, that's.
You wanted to laugh. You covered your mouth like you were going to laugh.
I was dying inside. Absolutely melting inside. So
Well,
if
you
you
don't
go
think
back
that's
to
gonna
our
happen?
original, if you go back to our original episode of Mortal Sportsman, I think we picked our Super Bowl winners, and you thought that Vegas was hosting the Super Bowl last year, and that's why you picked them. So in 2
Correct.
years in a row in our preseason predictions, you have picked the Vegas Raiders
Correct.
to go to the Super Bowl.
Correct.
This year it's with Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Your boy Carr is gone.
Yeah, but you got to like Jimmy G.
Carr's
too.
left the station. We just packed it up, ripped
Yeah,
it.
but Carr isn't going to beat my Lions.
Okay, so you think Jared Goff is going to win a Super Bowl for the Detroit Lions this year?
I think so.
Woo, baby, that's fucking content. Clip that shit, BJFF. Let's go. That's a fucking prediction and a half. I'm taking every future we got on that. Not in the comp, but for real. 'Cause we're going to party our asses off if Jared Goff wins a Super Bowl for the city of Detroit before my beloved motherfucking Buffalo Bills. Hot damn, that's a take.
You want to know how they got there? Well, not Jared Goff, but
Dan
Garoppolo.
Campbell? Oh, Garoppolo, yeah.
So Garoppolo gets there first by beating the Ravens
On the road, right?
on the road.
Probably all on the road,
All
yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
They first beat the Ravens, then they beat my Dolphins, then Kansas City beats your Bills,
Okay.
then Vegas beats Kansas City because they don't know what the fuck's going on. I was supposed to face the Bills. What's going on? Then
Ooh, that's a
fucking,
really, really good
sleep-
take.
a
Because they
sleeping-
prepare to play the Bills every single year
every
in the playoffs.
year. And they don't know
Now
what
they probably
the
have
fuck.
to play.
Now they got Jimmy
Bengals
G,
too.
and they got the fucking, who's the wide receiver? The fucking most receiving yards in the league last year
Wait, for who?
for Vegas.
Oh, Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are also talks of saying that there's rumors that DeAndre Hopkins could go to Vegas. Now that is intriguing because you know immediately they would be better than the Broncos with Russell Wilson. They could probably, realistically, even though my prediction's probably not going to come true, yeah, I have Kansas City not making the playoffs. Clip that shit. Go fuck yourself, Mahomes. You and your fucking piece of shit family.
Damn.
Anywho,
Baby
if,
motherfuckers.
if you got fucking Hopkins and Adam, oh damn! From the top rope, that's my boy BJFF. Jackson Mahomes, sleep tight. So I have, if they actually, that would change my rankings quite a bit. Realistically, KC is going to be the contender for that division. If they had Jimmy G healthy, you got fucking Devontae on one side and DeAndre Hopkins on the other side. That's a fucking Waller in the middle is one of the best tight ends. Hunter Renfrow, one of the best slot receivers. Dude, with Josh it's Josh McDaniel, isn't it? Yeah, he's the coach. Yeah. Former offensive coordinator for years of Belichick. Left to finally try to make a name for himself. He has to fucking do it. He's got to go up to Mark Davis, the owner, good old Al Davis's fucking son, the one with the worst haircut in the world. Probably the fucking solar system. This guy's got literally the biggest bowl cut. He's a billionaire. Probably the only billionaire bowl cut you'll ever find in your entire fucking life. He's got to go up to him and go, hey, I know my job's on the line, and I know you want to put on a good show here in Vegas. Go fucking sign DeAndre Hopkins.
For real.
Put him next to Devontae Adams and watch what happens. This place would be sold out every night. It might not even matter who the quarterback is.
It doesn't.
You could throw Matt McGloin out there and it wouldn't even fucking matter.
Throw
They'd be incredible.
yards
Waller and Renfro. And
throw
fucking
30 yards in the air.
I was going to say, like, that team, you know, that...
Those motherfuckers can jump 15 yards.
The Golden Knights
you
just...
need them on
the Golden
both
Knights
sides,
just won a Stanley Cup, right?
Yeah.
They know Vegas can draw a crowd for championships. Buddy, dude, and you said it. I like the pick if they get DeAndre Hopkins.
And how much did that fucking city just put out for that goddamn stadium?
Oh, how much did they put out to Oakland to leave? Not much.
But how much did they put out for that fucking stadium? That's a fucking state of the art stadium.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, I think they paid. Don't quote me on this, but I think they paid more than the fucking Dallas stadium.
Mm-hmm. Probably. It's the thing is, like, that is where the money goes. Like, and it's just a crazy city, man. Whoever controls Vegas these days is definitely on one, because you could throw it out there. You could go back and watch those games in the finals, and not that Florida really had any, chance at beating Vegas, head to head, especially when Kachuk went down an injury and they didn't have him. It was basically over at that point anyways. Vegas is just a really good team, but still, the calls were just ridiculous. In Vegas, I was like, how can it be this egregiously obvious? And I was like, if you bring football here and they have a good football team, they can draw a crowd, expect some Brady-like fucking calls, because, hey, that's where the money is.
Exactly.
Did you see that fucking globe they just built in Vegas that has like the eyeball and the earth and all that? Did you see that fucking monstrosity?
Yeah.
You see that when they play the match with the last one. That was a huge. We might as well talk when it was sports. Did you see the last match, which was Mahomes and Kelsey versus Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, two guys from Golden State?
No.
So it's football versus basketball, and Steph Curry's a really good golfer. Like, he could play on the tour if he wanted to after it's over. Klay Thompson is not. So, like, Steph couldn't hit a putt. He couldn't really, and Klay wasn't doing shit, and they had Draymond Green, who's just a fucking idiot, drunkenly talking on there, like yelling at the guys he's supposed to support. It's like, I told Klay he was gonna play bad, and shit, he played bad. Like, he's swearing. He's like the mic went silent just as he was about to putt, and then he just goes, I don't know shit. And it didn't cut it and edit it in time. And then Klay misses the putt, obviously. He's looking back, he's like, dude, stop talking when I'm about to hit, you idiot. And then you have Von Miller of the Buffalo Bills on the same team as Mahomes and Kelsey, because he's the football guy. He's their caddy.
Oh.
He was talking shit the whole time, because honestly, I did not see this coming. Mahomes and Kelsey smoked him, dude.
Really? From
start to finish, they won like 5 holes. I think they celebrated when they would push holes. Like, maybe they won 1 hole late. I can't remember. Steph and Klay, but like, dude, it was just a weird. Neither of them could probably actually play golf alone, but they would always have one shot after another. Like, one guy would hit a good shot or a decent shot, and the next guy would go up there like, I can hit it a little better than that.
I don't know.
Just absolutely on the same page, which is weird because that tandem is what's winning the Super Bowls. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, yeah.
That and Andy Reid, that trio is the Super Bowls. And it's so obvious because we've seen it before, and it kills me to say it, and you know who it is. You know the trio I'm talking about. And at one point, it became a duo, and that one. It was Belichick, Brady, and Gronk. For some reason, the tight end is a whole part of a dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
Got to have a good tight end.
You have to.
It's a good thing we drafted the best one this year.
You already had Knox.
Do you want me to go through my Super Bowl prediction?
Sure.
Okay, you already know who's winning it. So let's get past that point. All right. To the point of argument that we know that the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers, in honor of Chris motherfucking Berman, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I have them finishing like the Swami always wanted them to finish. Bills, Niners, with the Bills winning the Super Bowl. Now, in retrospect, going back, what do I really think would happen? Well, in a 4v5 with the Bills-Bengals in Buffalo, I don't even have the confidence at this point to get them to win that game. For sake of argument, they do. I have the Jags beating the Jets, Ravens actually beating the Browns at home if Lamar's healthy. It's a big if. And if the Browns get DeAndre Hopkins, which is another big if. So, like, cutting down to it, the Ravens are a better team than the Browns. They're winning.
So far,
Yeah.
my bracket's more solid than yours.
You think solid?
More solid.
Okay, we'll see. You have the
You already
Lions,
have three
you understand
what
the
ifs.
Lions winning. You
already have
in this
three
round,
what ifs.
Let me give you
I
this.
don't have any what ifs.
No, you don't have any what ifs. You have Vegas and Detroit in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't have any what ifs though.
It's a solid prediction. We will see how it shakes out. I have your Lions finishing second seed though in the division in NFC. The NFC is trash. You need a light?
No, I'm looking for my fucking phone. I'm about to take the fucking Super Bowl pick right now.
You're gonna take it right now?
Yeah.
Look it up. Look it up. We have Lions against your Saints. So we have Goff against Carr. I would love that. Dude, that would be
That'd be
such
a
a
great
great
one. That'd be a
fucking
great
game,
game.
first round in Detroit. First
That'd be
playoff
great.
game in Detroit in fucking forever. Like, they play on the road every single time if they ever even make the playoffs, like, by far. And then you have the Eagles beating the Vikings at home, and then I have the Falcons, who won their division, losing to the Cowboys. So second round, we have the first seed Chargers hosting the Bills. Now, if everything goes to plan like that, Bills win. Jags beating the Ravens in Baltimore. I really think this is Trevor Lawrence's year to blossom under Doug Peterson. Great coach. They've won a playoff game last year. They would have beaten the Jets at home, knowing they can get to home if they, beat that team. I think the Bills-Chargers game would probably be after that, but either way, they'd be like, no, we're playing to host the game. Hopefully the Bills win. So in the NFC, I have Eagles winning and then the Niners. So that's a repeat of last year's game. Eagles, Niners win. Bills, Jags, Bills win. And that's the bracket. Bills, Jags, AFC Championship game in Jacksonville. And then the repeat of last year's NFC Championship game. Niners win. Call me crazy.
You got a lot of what ifs.
I had one if.
You have three.
They're bold predictions. That's why it's way too fucking early to be even talking about this shit, man. Come on. It's way too early NFL talk.
All right, now talk to me about this. Who's Wembley and what?
Wembley? Okay, so first of all, we got to go a little bit at Wembley Stadium.
Okay.
Okay? No, not Wembley Stadium. Shit. That's where the soccer. That's the soccer stadium. Wimbledon.
Okay.
I think it's just Wimbledon.
The tennis.
The grounds.
Okay.
So I love fucking tennis.
All right.
The tennis bets, they're good, right? There's some good personalities these days. There's the GOATs. Okay. Now Nadal is done. You have he's not really done. Federer actually is done. He's officially retired. He's no longer playing. Nadal is hurt or half retired, or I don't really know. He's not going to win anymore, I don't think. As long as Djokovic is still
close.
going, he's close.
No, I'm saying that was close.
What?
Retired.
Retired?
Was close.
He's retired. He's retired. Retired. Say your vowels, kids.
Enunciate.
He is retired. He's retired. And there's Nadal. Djokovic is the man. Alcaraz, this kid from Spain, he is like Djokovic and Nadal combined.
I'm pretty sure I took him to win the Wimbledon.
And how much did you get him for?
I don't remember.
Because Joker's a big favorite probably to take it home, but not even that big because it's tennis. Anybody could technically win. There's upsets all the time. Medvedev tomorrow. Medvedev Alcaraz is going to be an unbelievable one to watch. I'm thinking of taking Alcaraz 3-2 in sets for plus 360, I think. That's a solid bet to look into if you listen to this before tomorrow. Alcaraz 3-2 against Medvedev. It'll be a fucking hell of a match. But yeah, he's
380.
He's got everything. Plus 380?
Plus 380 is what I got it at.
I mean, he's the new guy that can step up onto the tour to replace the big three. The Federer, Nadal, Djokovic ran tennis for like almost a decade and a half. Guys who won majors in that span. Do you know how many majors they've won combined? Look that up and put it. If you have it shared it live, look up the big three. Just put it up on Wikipedia. And look at all the championships they've won in a span of since 2005 till now.
What am I looking up?
Just look up the big three in tennis. Alcaraz, Medvedev. Medvedev being an athlete from Russia, not represented by Russia, but an athlete of Russia. And then you got Djokovic Sinner from Italy. Djokovic is going to roll that. I think it's going to be Alcaraz, Djokovic, passing of the torch in the final. And you're going to win some more points there, BHFF.
Yeah.
I do. You have 3 of the top 4 tennis players in this one. In my opinion, Tsitsipas is the 4th best, but he fucking failed as he usually does. Just he did not look good on grass.
What am I looking up on this?
Hold on, let me come
Career
around.
record is 33.82 to 7.05. God damn, that's a lot.
They've won 82%. So right there, yeah, the Grand Slam singles result. Look at that. From every year, those are the Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon. And then the letter next to it, who won it that year. But it's like every single fucking year.
Yeah.
There's a couple people that snuck a few in there on them every now and then, but they were. I want to say, like, if you keep going down consecutive weeks of them being in the top 3, or like them being top ranked players, is absurd. It was just those guys. It took a while for Djokovic to actually surpass them because it was Federer and Nadal for a while. Just an
insane.
Absolute dominance year after year. Like, in tennis, it takes so much fucking like endurance and just being physically fit for that long is insane. It's natural at that point. And it's also naturally gifted to be able to do the shit they do with a tennis racket. It's crazy. Drop shots, Nadal on clay. Like, he was unbeatable at the French Open. Look at the French Open is all Nadal.
That's insane. All of this is insane.
82% win rate those 3 had career lifetime. And all their losses are probably to themselves. A good portion of them probably were.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So Wimbledon has been, in this point now, Djokovic is the one to take, or Alcaraz is the one to take down Djokovic. It's the passing of the torch.
Let's go!
He's going to do it again. He did it at the U.S. Open last year. I can't remember who he beat. I think he beat Medvedev. He's going to go after him again tomorrow. I like that 3-2 set out there in Wemby.
So what happened with her?
Wemby and Britney Spears?
Yeah.
So, this story is kind of strange.
Okay.
Because there's 2 different sides of it.
I love it.
Gotta find my operating device. Here we go. So the whole side that Wemby said was that she like attacked. He had no idea who she was or whatever, and like she came out and like his security was just like defending him because who knows who the hell.
Oh, the slap.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The slap heard around the world.
Yeah.
Heard around TMZ.
Yeah.
Wemby's first impression as an NBA star is Britney Spears running out there and trying to like do something, and the security team slaps her or something like that. Now, we're in this business to spread conspiracies, right?
Yeah.
Is Britney really free?
No.
Or is she working for something? Trying to expose the European player. Is she working for the NBA? Is she working for the NCAA? Who is she working for?
I don't think she's working for anybody.
She's working for
but
fame?
I don't think she's free.
You think she's working for fame?
I don't think she's working for anybody, but I don't think she's free.
Interesting. I mean, the whole situation, if you should look it up on there. Just search the video.
You want me to look up the video?
Yeah. It's going to be a story now for a long time, and it's an interesting story because it completely separates America. Straight down the gender line, for the most part. Because whatever you see it, could have been like, it's not like this guy himself did it. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't hit her.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is...
Straight to TMZ. Look at that.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing is that she,
she tapped Victor.
She does not deserve to get hit. No one does. And the fact that it's Britney Spears, though, inspires a lot of women to support her because a lot of women love Britney Spears. Saying that, she was held captive by her father for all those years, and these videos that she puts out are like, her just struggling with mental health, which is definitely the case in some aspect.
Can't skip
it's also
ad, so hang on.
It's also kind of a little bit of like clout chasing, but
a little,
yeah, just a tad. But like Wembanyama himself, like all the guys are like, oh, he's a fucking athlete. You know what I mean? That's what he does.
Man, that wasn't even that bad.
See it again.
Unless this is literally just a minute of them watching them address her bitch-ass face. There you go. Yeah, I can't do it while it's still on this. See that bitch-ass hit, though? One more time. Look at that bitch-ass hit.
I'm going to say that she was saying something. It's not like she was saying something to him.
Yeah, she was trying to fucking say, hey.
Trying to get back. Like, hey, I heard you. How is he? Not very hard to miss at an airport or wherever the hell they were. Is it a club? I don't remember.
I don't know what it was. I think it was a club. So
the fact that this guy is just a absolute monster of a human being. Just the tallest person you'd ever see in person in your life.
Oh, yeah, he's huge.
And it's like his arms and his hands. You ever seen his hands? How long his hands are? It's like when you grab a fucking bocce ball, it's like him grabbing a basketball.
Yeah. It's
like, you know what I mean? Like it's just perfectly.
But it wasn't even him that
all the way around.
It was a security guard.
No, because if he did, she would be completely knocked unconscious. If he turned one of those paws and hands around on her, she'd probably be dead.
Yeah, probably.
Like, dude, he is just the sheer size of him, and he's very skinny though. Yeah. So if he wants to make it in the NBA, he's gonna have to put on some pounds or just figure it out. Fuck it. Who knows if he can keep growing? He probably could be out of the NBA in a few years just from health risk, from being that tall.
No shit. It's insane.
Not healthy to be that fucking tall. You know what I mean? Just as healthy to do anything.
But giants aren't real. Yeah, okay.
He's got some fucking Giants blood in him. 100%. Like that is, we gotta get ahead of that. Wembanyama, we've brought him up earlier and many podcasts ago. When your most hated man on the planet called him an alien, and we listed out the aliens that we thought were. Remember that? He was the one who inspired that, and he is the definition of what it looks like to be an alien.
He is fucking Anunnaki as a motherfucker.
I mean, look at our fucking beautiful tapestries we have. Where they're the hands of them, they're long hands, skinny fingers. It's really Signs-esque with our boy Mel Gibson. Yeah, that was pretty much the whole Wemby thing, and now it's a whole divided point of view. Britney Spears is never going to let it go. No women should ever be treated this way. Which I guess, like, you probably shouldn't be, like, trying to get up on someone's girl who's famous, no matter who you are. Like, you're averting someone else's space.
Where somebody's just trying to push you away that he hits you in the face.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Back off.
It's kind of, yeah.
Just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you get to touch people.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Ask Justin Bieber. He didn't like being touched.
You want to hear a quote that she had this past week?
I would love it.
Okay.
This is Britney Spears?
Yes. This was Tuesday of this week.
Awesome.
So that would be 7-11. She goes, I want to share with you guys an incident that happened in Vegas that a lot of people are talking about. I heard on the news this radio station talking smack and talking shit. That's why I'm addressing it. I've been with the most famous people in the world. In sync at one time. Girls would literally throw themselves at them. Hold on, I gotta go down now. My security not one time touched them or even came near them. Point being is, I didn't appreciate people saying that I deserve to be hit because no woman ever deserves to be hit. I mean, in a way I get it, but like, were you welcome with NSYNC? Yeah, you were fucking Justin Timberlake. What? You're not maybe welcome in the Wemby camp. They might not even know who you were.
Okay, but
my whole thing is I get both sides of it, but why can't they just come to agreement and just move on? Like, just give her tickets to the fucking Spurs game and just be like, have Britney Spears perform at the Spurs game.
Fuck off. She doesn't deserve shit. You got too close, bitch.
Yeah.
You got too close. Guess what? He pays that person for a fucking reason to do exactly what he did. He got you the fuck away from him. You got too close.
This is the funniest part about this quote, though. You ready for this?
Hit me.
This is going to close for Britney Spears and how you might want to turn your attention away to her. I got an apology at my table 30 minutes later. They came over and apologized right after it happened. 30 minutes later. But I've yet to receive a public apology.
Fuck
and that's
off. Fuck off, you cunt.
That is so America right now.
Celebrity right there.
Yeah, it's so celebrity drama. They apologized to me in person like a normal person would right after it happened. 30 minutes after it happened. Hey, sorry about that.
Didn't know where you were. Twitter.
Didn't know where you were. But now I need a public apology for all women because I support all women and people, I'm all women. Britney Spears, you are not all women. Okay, you were a pop star at 16.
You are a pop star has been.
It is a hard fact to take in life, but this kid is ascending, and that whole thing of trying to take him down is just ridiculous. It's like a shooting star going off and a star that's falling out of the sky, and just like as it's tumbling through the rest of the galaxy, all of a sudden sees this star like coming up, and they're like, oh shit, if I just tumble a little bit this way, I could catch on to that star and I could get back to the top. Oh! That's how it goes. That's how stars battle it out on the public stage. Courtesy of astrologist Johnny Anchors.
That was great.
Welcome. Clip it, bitch.
But listen, Brittany, you used to be hot. Then they started feeding you drugs.
I love Britney Spears.
Now you're not so hot, and you can't move your hips like you used to.
Do you remember the big three of teen hip hop stars?
Of women?
Yes.
Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, and Pink?
Pink was on the outside for me. I had Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore went to country.
Yeah, so what? She was still a fucking heartthrob.
Don't know country.
So you think of the straight
Jessica
pop?
Simpson?
Nah, she was just hot and fucking those hot. Daisy Dukes. The
chicken of the sea.
Dude, that was such a different time to be alive. 2004.
Can you imagine if Nick and Jessica were still on TV and all the politically incorrect shit that Jessica was spewing?
Dude, all of TV back then was politically incorrect.
Oh,
all of movies back then were politically incorrect.
And they were good.
Yeah. She was also married to Tony Romo, which, getting back to sports, Tony Romo and I share a birthday. Me and Tony, and the former Queen of England. Yeah. You ever knew that? Tony Danza. Ed Belfour, former goalie of the Dallas Stars, Chicago Blackhawks. Also,
Tony Danza. That's all I ever think of.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Tony Danza is another star that he's fallen out of the sky. Jumped onto Jonathan? What the hell is his name? He was in 10 Things I Hate About You with Heath Ledger. He was in Dark Knight. Yes, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yep, that was him. He was his father in Don John. You ever see that movie?
I did see that movie.
So it was okay.
That is a...
Marissa Tomei is the mother. Love Marissa Tomei.
That is a porno flick masquerading as a cinema picture.
That's fine. Scojo is smoking.
That is what you take your girlfriend to when you
want to get laid that night.
When you want to get laid that night, because all it is men fucking women.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to cast him in a movie about Ngannou, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's a heartthrob. In our movie about Ngannou that we're going to write, we'll find a role for him.
What part is he going to play?
We'll fucking find a role for him, believe me.
Ariel Helwani?
He's very versatile.
Okay.
So what else we had on this was I think Live Tour.
Yeah, the Live PGA
Live Tour
drama.
And then the PGA. So they went to Congress over this. And I think that the funniest part of all of it is how, and it's not really funny because, I support the players that stayed on the PGA Tour, but, they're getting fucked. Whatever the hell happens, Rory was quoted recently as saying that if the last place on earth to golf was Live Golf, I'd retire.
Damn.
Now that's a stance.
That's a stance. He's got the money to do it, so.
What does he give a fuck? He's still playing the majors.
What's his fucking deal with Live Golf? Why doesn't he like it?
He's the PGA poster boy. He's who they had in their corner. But the thing is, think of this: the real PGA poster boy is Tiger. Tiger and Rory are both huge Nike golf. Okay. But the thing is, Brooks Koepka is also big on Nike golf, so they play both sides. They're fucking Nike, right? They're huge now. The fact is, they came out because of Michael Jordan's shoes, and they now run a huge portion of every sport. Nike hockey equipment, Nike soccer equipment, Nike basketball, Nike football. Nike's in everything.
Have you seen that new movie?
No, I have not. The one with Matt Damon?
Yeah, I think I was.
I do want to watch it. Yeah,
maybe
we can. I would put it on our homework list from now until next mortal.
Okay.
Because it does look good. It's the story of the rise of commercialism in sports, and it became what we live in now primitively,
and
the
how
primitive
Matt
version.
Damon and Ben Affleck fucked it all up for everybody.
It's always Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, isn't it? Just those two.
Fucking always eating
those two
babies.
cooking something up. Oh, let's get it, Epstein Island. But yeah, the Live Tour now is they're trying to like drop like the Congress meeting or whatever. The one that they had is like talking about Greg Norman. Like the one who kind of first defected away. He's an old-time legendary golfer who is really the creative mind behind Live Tour.
Okay.
There's a Saudi money. He's running it for the most part. On the other side, it's Jay Monahan or whatever, the one who all the players hated, a month ago or whenever it was, because he didn't tell them that they were going to merge.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. In insider sources, I couldn't tell you who the fuck they are, but they said that people like Tiger and Rory and probably like, maybe not Spieth, but like the guys who have been there, the bigger names, they know a little bit more than what the rest of them know.
Okay.
And it's like a very small amount, like top 3 or 4 guys.
What the
that
fuck does that mean, though?
They're getting in on it before they fuck all the other golfers.
Oh, well, of course.
That's a little bit of a prediction, but
not a very bold one.
that's how I see it playing out because that's how it always plays out. If you don't switch to evil first and take the money, eventually the evil wins and takes your money anyways. And you could have just got paid. But the investment
But
in
it's
the
all
PGA
about signing
Tour
that
is
dotted line for the devil. That's the thing. I'll stand with Rory if he fucking sticks to it. I mean, if you got morals, stick to them.
But the problem is now those morals that the Monahan guy stuck by are fucking bullshit. They're gonna take over $1 billion in investing from the Saudi wealth fund. Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund is going to give them $1 billion. And the only thing that the PGA got out of it was saying that Greg Norman's got to leave. All right, take our money. It's all dirty money anyways.
Yeah, no shit. The fuck?
And the players now are starting to really speak out a little bit more. Like you can hear Scheffler. I'm trying to pull up a couple of the quotes, but Spieth was basically like, we're being left out in the dark in all of it. They're not telling us anything. Spieth's a pretty big name on the tour to not be involved. Maybe it's only the Rory guys that are standing on their hills saying the last place I'll ever play. If it was Live, I'd retire instead. Like, they're just ridiculous. Like, golf is the most tense it's ever been just because of what's happening there. And then they're expected to go out every tournament and remain focused for 4 straight days and try to win. It's wild. The guys that are coming up now that don't have the spotlight on them have an advantage because the other guys keep asking them questions about the fucking Live Tour.
Bro, okay, listen.
Who's asking Wyndham Clark if he's going to go join Live Tour?
Listen.
Oh, he just wins the U.S. Open.
Listen. You're a professional fucking athlete.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers lose and get new jobs all the fucking time. Deal with it. I'm sick of these fucking prissy celebrity fucking sports people that got.
I love these BJFF rants when it gets to this.
I'm just sick of it, man.
And it's a fair point.
Fucking be a normal human being. Yeah, you can be upset about it. It sucks, but guess what? Nobody fucking cares.
No, not really.
And if the people do
not
care,
the people that don't follow it.
They
The people
need
who are
to
like,
fucking stop caring so much because you are a professional sports star. Like. You and your love affection for Allen kind of needs to tone down a little bit.
Oh,
in my
Josh?
opinion.
He's losing me a little bit. There was a story that came out about Josh. I wasn't going to get into it. It's probably bullshit written by a Jets reporter, but apparently he's been telling friends that he sees giving her, this new girl, Haley Steinfeld, his girlfriend, a ring in the future before he got his Super Bowl ring. What the fuck is that? It's a lie. It's a fucking TMZ article that probably has no real sources, but they just came up with it one day.
But again,
he's never even disclosed that he's dating her.
But again, what is it to you?
Stupid.
If he loves that girl and wants to marry that girl,
a celebrity who you just ranted and railed against for 20 minutes for 20 seconds.
It's you are making it a problem that he can't put a ring on this girl before he gets a Super Bowl ring. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I
married my wife within 3 months of dating her.
That's a good point.
3 months.
The
Like,
fact
what
that
but
there's
what
no
the
way
fuck?
any player would say that, though, is my point. Like, he would never say that unless it was a
100%.
joke.
But
Like,
why are you getting upset about that?
No,
why are
I'm just saying it was a
but you
TMZ
said-
article.
But you said that he's fading you a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Because even if he did say it, why does that fade you?
Even if he didn't say it, it fades me because he's now okay. Let's say this for example: Damar Hamlin was at the ESPYs yesterday.
All right.
The fake Damar Hamlin. We'll say that. The fake Damar Hamlin was there at the ESPYs yesterday, giving the award for the Pat Tillman Service Award to the Buffalo Bills training staff, the medical people. It was. You should watch it.
That's probably emotional.
It was insanely emotional because he immediately came out and started crying, and then announced it, and then just walked back, and then gave them all a hug. It was wild. All the athletes standing. The first person actually to stand up, and then it's gained respect, in my point of view, was Travis Kelce. He started the standing ovation. He was sitting front row, and when he saw him come out and immediately started not being able to talk pretty much, he just stood up and started applauding, and everyone else stood up behind him.
Good for him.
Then he put his sunglasses on because Kelce couldn't have the cameras catch him crying. But my opinion is Josh is probably off in Mexico or Puerto Rico or wherever the fuck he is with his new Hollywood A-list girlfriend.
Okay.
He should have been at the ESPYs for his team. He should have been there for his medical staff with Damar or just there next to whoever. He's a big enough star. You know he was invited to the ESPYs. You think they wouldn't have invited Josh Allen to the ESPYs?
I don't know.
He was at the cover of Madden.
Okay.
So he turned it down to do something else, not quite sure what, probably spend time with his A-list Hollywood girlfriend. But he's saying